Yeah, we're still at war.
Yeah, I heard, bro.
Come in here. Come in here.
Just started
come in
the day
here.
I left. Still going. Mental. You better show me a plethora of firearms right now.
Yeah, I've been getting smoked.
Where did he just go? This guy just teleported, bro.
Take a look in this box right here.
What, the right?
Yeah, far right box.
What, is that just from shit you got off them?
Whoa.
That's out with our pawn shop. We stained it.
Oh my god.
You stained the pawn shop?
We stained the pawn shop.
Wait, they had Mark 2s in it.
Yeah. And Bazin opened it on his own, so the boys ran through it.
Oh my god, bruv. That's a stain. That is actually a stain. I thought it, when Michael told me, I thought it'd be all the shitty guns that hadn't sold. I didn't realize it was going to be AK Mark 2s and Bullpup Mark 2s.
No, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. So
3 sweepers as well. Decent.
You wonder why the war's still on.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So what? The fight was over the whole VU shit, but now it's like just leveled and leveled, so it's just like
obviously
a big
we were doing it
ego
over
off.
the VU, right? But the issue is we were doing quite good. So they started picking us off. Like they got Deke at sanitation, they got Clive as he was leaving the block, like just little things that just weren't for the VU anymore, right?
When we all expected that to happen, let's be honest.
Yeah, and then, you know, shit happened. Obviously we retaliated. We got Miguel at Legion the next day or whatever, and then of course that became the reason why it was no longer VU, because we did something to them even though they'd been doing stuff to us already. The jetpacks have been out because all we do is go on rooftops, even though, let's be real, it's over the VU. Where do they want us to stand? On the stripper poles? I don't know.
Wait, so they've been using the jetpack?
They've been using the jetpack, and then when we take out the jetpack, they take out the heli. Actually, in one of the fights, they had a jetpack and a heli.
Oi! That's that technology right there.
Yeah, that sounds exhilarating.
So yeah, I would imagine the fact that none of us have been around for the weekend, they've probably stepped up the game. In terms of, they at least didn't have grapple guns. They more than likely have hit a cargo ship since then and got grapple guns.
I've been around all weekend, bro.
Have you, yeah?
Yeah, media chill out, bro. Just in mid. I've actually just had a deck chair sitting in the middle of the cul-de-sac. I haven't seen
I never went.
To be honest.
I just ain't been around, like, you know, known to be around. I've just been in the bush at LSBN for the past 7 days, bro.
Yeah, I've just been on a major chill out, bro. Just watching their every move. I actually have a jetpack now. I've just been in the sky the whole time.
We may or may not have got the jetpack VAFT. I'm not sure yet.
VAFT? Oof. That's going to be an expensive... Is there a jetpack? Pred's one? Is that the one it is?
Yeah, yeah.
That's so mad, bro. Low-key, the government is funded that as well. Mad.
That's why I'm surprised the cops aren't like more on their dick about that jetpack. Like, if I was a cop and I found out they'd use the government funding to buy a jetpack and then use it for crime, I'd be trying to get that thing VAFT on the daily.
But also, how often do you catch someone in a jetpack? Like, if anyone ever gets caught by the feds in a jetpack, questions need to be asked about that person.
They were using it on Friday, I believe, and it was Future in it instead of Ming.
Yeah,
and
it was, yeah.
He went off to refuel on his own, so we went and checked all
Can you take it out and follow what only mode has? I don't know how to do it.
Caught him at Seaside Gas, smoked him, took the jetpack, and then smoked the rest of the 6, and then we put the jetpack in the ocean. And then the very next fight, they took out the heli.
Has it been their usual, like, ambush type beat?
I think we've just been ambushing them.
We've been trying to ambush them, hence, like, but it's tough with the jetpack.
Yeah, you just get into stalemate so much with that shit, don't you? It's like that fight I was in when they had the jetpack, bro. It was just like in the south side, sitting on roofs for an hour and a half. What we've been trying
to do is when they dip to refuel the jetpack, they all go with the jetpack usually. So then we position in somewhere the jetpack can't see us, so like under a highway or something where they're likely going to come back to us. So like we set up on the train tracks by old apartments underneath the highway, expecting them to come back from Little Seoul, and they did come back from Little Seoul. But there's this new cop that came on the train tracks with us, telling us to get off the tracks. So we got off the tracks, and by the time he got off and we came back on the tracks, that convoy went straight through. So like we missed them. But that's the only thing we've been able to do, like really, because what they do is what they seem to do is if the jetpack can't find us, they don't roll out. So they'll sit somewhere safe until the jetpack locates us, and then they'll
head to that spot.
Early mornings as well, they're so paranoid about ambushes. Me, Luke, and Deke were around on Saturday, and we was only in 2 cars, just cruising around the south side. And the amount of times their 3-car convoy saw us, but wouldn't like. We would take one turn and they would pull off because they were scared they were going to drive into an ambush. And they had 6 people.
But it's like, it seems like at this point it's like more of a pride fight for them, right, than for anything. If you're saying it was going well at the VU and then it's now no longer just a VU thing, it's trying to like more of a reputation thing. So just us 4 around.
The VU. I think so, yeah. There was getting smoked to like the VU and also smoked like after the VU shit as well. Plus the pawn shop stuff. Like, you know,
I'm gonna move all the pawn shop shit up north because
valid.
But it's one of those. It's like John brought up the idea of possibly offering the pawn shop shit back for them to leave the VU alone, like completely.
What, so like
offering the guns
use it as like
back,
as a chess piece almost, yeah. But then the question lies with that yet though. What does that mean giving the VU back? Like just they're not gonna hold it down because it's not like we're gonna have people sat there.
No, but we don't want them taxing the south side.
I think ICO does want to actually do something with the VU though.
Yeah, they want to do like events and shit, but that doesn't mean we're going to be holding it down 24/7.
I have also heard that 15 times.
Yeah, so have I.
Yeah.
I mean, because it makes sense. Like, it's not a terrible shout if we want them to not hold it, but like, are they actively holding it at the moment anyway?
Put it this way. Well, they're not because they're too busy dealing with us. I doubt they've held anything. But put it this way, right? The very first fight when you pulled up on Pat the Rat and then had to smoke the Besties, right? I don't know if you were around for that, but we offered those guns back to them if they just didn't tax us at the VU, and they didn't take that deal. So we told them to come and get the fin guns. So I think that was a very fair offer from the get-go. Just don't tax us at the VU. You get your guns back. We move on with our life. They didn't want that.
It comes down to what our goal is. If our overall goal of this war is to not be taxed at the VU, then it makes sense. But I also think if they denied that, it's like, I don't know if they should be getting all of that shit back in order to not tax at the VU. Because
I don't. At this stage, I don't think it's no tax at the VU. At this stage, I think they need to fall from the VU.
They just don't even
end the story.
Hold it down. I can't see them doing this long term anyway. Like they did it for one day and they're already in a week-long war. Like we're not going to be as much as a lot of groups do just roll over for them. We won't be the only group that doesn't want to get taxed.
It's also like they probably choose to make it a week-long war, no? Like they could easily just not.
We've given them 3 different ways out.
And yeah, but it's a pride thing, though, isn't it? It's literally all this is now. Then it's literally just pride. But I feel like giving all of those guns back in exchange for something because it's like the reason I have a hard time doing that is they held down the VU for one day and we stopped them. It's not like they was really like a menacing force there that we like couldn't get around. Like to giving them 2 mil worth of guns back to not be taxed at a VU, which we weren't getting taxed at prior anyway. It just seems a little unnecessary. But something to think about, I guess.